For those who were wondering what I was playing last night and you didn't see the footage, I'm actually going to show you the very game I was actually playing last night after our RCO during our RCO chat. One moment. Anyway, you're gonna have to forgive me. Cat started something stupid. Well, the cat did something, startled somebody, whatever. Just bullshit. So the very game I'm about to show you that I was playing during the RCO chat last night is this very game. And on top of that, I will show you the character that I've actually used during said chat. Enjoy. This is the King of Dragons, brought to us by Capcom in 1991. So I'm going to pick Dwarf. And the King of Dragons, you actually play as one of 5 characters. A dwarf, a fighter, a cleric, an elf, and a wizard. Each have their own stats, and as you can see, they also have their own equipment. Now as a dwarf, I wield an axe. And in succession, you can get stronger weapons. If not by beating a boss, then just getting it through a stage. Like at the very beginning of the stage. Oh! Now this game has 15 stages. Oh! Ellie-oh! Now, there is a Super Nintendo release of this game, but unlike the arcade version, which I am playing, it only features 2 characters. Whereas with the arcade version, you only have 3. It's a personal favorite of mine. Yeah, I realize it. Dwarven crafts, fine dwarven crafts. Oh! Oh! Well, since it's a dwarf, shouldn't say ho, but you should say Rowdy ho! Hey, my name is Waltz. I'm a dwarven blacksmith, and I'm fighting to get some mithril. You cannot have me mithril. I should get me mithril for my own. Ah, you little bastard! Get your little ass down here. I don't like you up here. You freaking dwarven! I do not like you! I shall get my fine dwarven curls, whether you like it or not. You cannot have my power, but you can have my axe. You shall make the finest dragon armor ever. Or something that'll cost 10,000 zeni. I don't care. There's fire! An axe. And the Wyvern has been defeated. By the magic of gunpowder. The Cave of Hydra. Whip him up! Now, of course, since this is an action RPG done by Capcom, well, I had to do this game because it's just fun. I feel in this day and age, lightning bolt, magic fire. In this day and age, in which, you know, companies are often working to gain money, and this generation of gamers get more and more irate because some series get taken down or being put on notice until further notice. Like Sega, for instance. Now, you know, good and well that Sega doesn't mean to do that to some of their products. But I can understand from a financial point of view, yeah, there doesn't want to be like a single thing, and my girlfriend is talking to me about somebody being in a stream. But as I was saying before, you know, the Hydra is defeated. Oh! The Red Dragon Gildas has risen from his long slumber. The Northern folk are overrun with monsters. The Nordish Hydra. Oh! As I was saying before, the internet is a big place, so therefore, you know, Sega doesn't want any leaks. That's understandable. quite understandable why Sega would want any kind of footage, considering, you know, of the Shining series to be taken down because of one game. Now I was part of that squad that, you know, that just didn't like it because I had Shining Force. I had Shining Force on my channel and I had to take it down because of that. But I can get over it. I can also say about what happened yesterday, that was a tragedy. And if you heard us in the RCO chat, we were talking about it. I really feel this is what's going on. Anything for a good story. That's what the media is there doing right now. Gunpowder! I mean, I honestly feel that's what it's really about. It's about money. Of course, you know, certain game companies, you know, they have to think about money. That's how, you know, that's how most games get made. Funding. So, you know, the fans, you know, we as fans, you know, we support any game that comes out, no matter if we like the company or not, no matter if we like the company or not, we're out to get it. We're out to get whatever copy of whatever game that comes out. Just because, you know, it's a fan favorite. Like for me, I like RPGs, and I like, you know, mainly I like something like action RPG oriented or turn-based or even strategy style. But it goes without saying, you know, I happen to like the games I get. And I'm not part of a fan base or anything like that. That's the beauty of where I stand. As a gamer, I'm not part of a fan base. I just have a certain love for a certain series. Like, yes, anything that Square Enix does, 10 to 1, I will just look at it, consider getting it. If it's worth my time, I'll get it. If not, no skin off my back. No less sleep for me. It's like, I'll still support Sega, regardless of what they do. Because here's my standpoint. I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer first, consumer second. But anyway, like I said, you have to look at it from a certain perspective. You have to look at it from a financial point of view. Or a business point of view. I mean, if you ever seen like anything like the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, or even the Sengoku era, think about this. Mainly, there were originally 3 Three kingdoms. There was Shu, Wu, Wei. Just like in the Sengoku period, there were various daimyo, rather. Like Kenshin Uesugi, Nobunaga Oda, Shingen Takeda, just to name a few. They were after the same thing, total domination. There's no big difference here since that's what you're doing. That's what most companies are doing. Namely, it's just that. Meteor! To me, I honestly feel that way, I mean, I can get over the fact that, why companies do certain things to those who have supported over the years. It's just like anything else, it's about money. Whether or not you hate them or you love them in the past. Oh! I mean, that's how it is. It's like you can't just continue hating on it. You can't just continue hating up on a company just because they done something stupid. I mean, I used to be a former teacher. The stuff that they did at my job, it wasn't nice, but at one point, people were getting laid off, and it wasn't a good thing. But you know what? It mattered not because I wasn't getting paid, so it didn't have any effect to me. Oh, thanks, buddy. I heard the Red Dragon is in the Northern Castle. Oh, you better take this with you. To the castle! I mean, some people think it's bad for business, but it's not. Because, give them time. Just like, people. You give them time. They will eventually follow your advice. Certain people. Me too! Fireball! But it goes without saying, I mean, a lot can be said about, about how it affects, us as a whole, being that we're a community of gamers, and the fact remains that, we play certain games just because we want to play them. It's because we enjoy them, I mean, there's no code of honor. Radio! There's no code saying that we can't, that, no LPers should use cheats, or, certain people, they use cheats. But it doesn't take away from them. older games, like now, don't really need to use cheats. Like if I was playing a Tales game, I would not be using cheats. I'd be playing it straight through. In the castle. And yet, when I look at this, mine. 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 I mean, I'm sorry, there are certain things, you know, you should look for. It's like, well, I don't like this company. Well, that's you. I mean, I'll be honest, when I was younger, what I used to do was I used to write letters to various companies. And I gave them my feedback about you know, how their products were. And I actually, you know, spent the time, sat down and wrote a letter. And you know what happened? I received a letter right back at them. And the company I actually wrote to was back then Working Designs. Because since they were in California, well, they were in, I believe, Redding, California. Since they were in Redding, California, hey, I just said, well, all I have to do is just write them a letter, ask them a couple of questions. If I had any issues, I'd write to them. It's the same thing with any other company. I mean, I wrote to Capcom before. I'm pretty sure I wrote to Konami every once in a while. But you know, feedback is just as important to companies because they want to know, you know, how are they faring. So, you know, the simplest things were the most effective. Princess Mari from the fortress has been abducted by monsters. Won't you go with me to help save her? The underpass. Anywho! What I was trying to do last night, though, I was trying to play 2 games in one go. But apparently it didn't work out the way I really wanted. So what you saw is what you got. Just Captain Commando after that, just nothing more than a screen cap and audio of King of Dragons. I shall use the power of my gunpowder. How to scare away a wraith. You hack him to death. Battle in the fort. But really, you know, in all honesty, I'm not a console fanboy. I'm not a serious fanboy, you know. I'm a casual gamer. You know, I don't play games just because, oh, I want achievements. Oh, I want a title. No, I just want to play games just because I just want to play a game. I mean, I think that's the problem with most gamers of this generation. They play like you know, there's something in it after they go for something like, oh, I want to play this game because it has achievements. Yeah, there's a thing about getting too much from what you want. I mean, if I beat a game, that right there holds a lot over saying you want to get achievement for it and whatnot. Like, do I get an achievement for beating this game? And I'm using a cheat on it or whatever? No. I'm not getting anything out of it. But am I enjoying myself? Yes, I am. Another thing I really can't stand this generation of gamers. I hate to say this, but the genres. The genres we give ourselves, like, oh, I'm this kind of gamer, I'm that kind of gamer. I'm not hardcore. I said, you know, when you're a kid and all you did was play video games, you were hardcore. I mean, if you were playing just Super Mario Bros. Day in, day out, just practice it, well, you did something. You played for like a couple hours, then you put it down. You saved me, but the northern castle has fallen to monsters. Will you lend us your aid? Castle Garnos. It's like, I was being asked the question, like, is there a rule for being, you know, as an LP? No, there isn't a rule. I said, I'm enjoying the game. That's what I'm doing. So I play a game because I enjoy it. I don't feel like showing off. I don't do it just to show off my skill or anything. I just feel like playing. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just that simple. I only feel like playing a game. I mean, isn't that what a video game is really supposed to be about? It's not about showing off or getting... It's not about showing off. It's about, you know, enjoying yourself. Yeah, a long day. So, you know, playing a game would be expected because you want to relax after hours. After a long day, after trying to deal with, you know, trying to deal with reality, you want a little fiction in your life. And I defeated him by the power of gunpowder. The Dark Wizard. Ready-ho! Meteor! Meteor, no. Lightning bolt! Ready-ho! I could say this. My girlfriend, at one time, she told me, you know, I cover games that most people just play, but, you know, but the way I do it, you know, there's a certain panache when I use something to help aid me to actually win. So you would dare rebel against your master Gildas? I'll destroy you with my black magic. I can never understand why. you have a boss like this, I can never understand why. But you know, I feel that, you know, most people who are listening to me talk about this subject, you know, you can agree. You can all agree, you know. We tend to forget, oh, games aren't supposed to be fun. Games aren't supposed to freak us out and make us into total and complete whack jobs. Cave in the Woods. But yesterday was a real tragedy. And the one thing I had to say is, I did not know about it until I got up. As most people know, I work at night, doing, well, what you see here. I mean, sadly, you know, that's the case. Yes, I played. I mean, yes, I didn't know about it. I really didn't know about what happened. What happened, I really didn't know what happened last night because I was asleep. I know it was a tragedy happening in Connecticut. And I feel, you know, teachers, what I feel teachers should do is, you know, arm themselves. They really should arm themselves when something stupid like this happens, because it has happened once before, and only because it's the media's fault.
Thank you. Now I can leave in peace. If you're looking for forgiveness, I think you should go to this cavern.
Final stage, Underground Labyrinth. Probably not final stage, but we're close to the final stage.
Gunpowder!
Mine, you can't have it. I mean, really, you know, as a former teacher, I'd say teachers are ignorant. Teachers are sadly ignorant of how this world is. I mean, they should think about, okay, the students' welfare. Okay, consider this. From what happened, yes, there should be something enforced. And I'm hoping that from this one school, others can follow suit in this. Because it's a disheartening thing. You know, the school is not supposed to be a battlefield. It's not supposed to be like the OK Corral, and definitely isn't an FPS. I mean, and really, I think I'll say this: it's the parents' fault. Golden Limestone Cave. I believe this is the fall area. I mean, it's a disheartening thing about, hearing that 27 individuals got shot.
You mere human think that you can defeat the mighty Gyudas? Well, come on then. I'll charbroil your bones.
Not if I charbroil you first. Ow. Boy, you're saying more fireworks and more explosions than a Michael Bay movie. That is if a Michael Bay movie was ever good. Ooh! You mad? Yes, because nobody really likes Michael Bay. Look, I know you got some issues with me, but come on. Really, Mr. Dragon. I am not Dirk the Daring. I can tell you that right now. There's no busty broad waiting for me at the end of this rainbow. But I am fighting for Mimifrul! I want no riches, I want Mifruls! I want auriculum! I want materials to synthesize with! But really, after all that's been said and done, special with this year, hopefully the next year, as well as the one following that one, will be hopefully better than this one. And I'm saying this as I'm destroying a dragon. And I chop off your head. And with that, the dragon is slain. Although the heroes received many wounds, they were finally able to defeat the red dragon. Now their country with no peace again. Standing in the cavern of Gil's treasure hole, they were nearly blinded by the sparkle of gold. As they stood looking at their hard-won haul, they looked as though they could see new adventures reflected in each precious gem. But that is a story for another time. This, of course, was King of Dragons, brought to us by Capcom of 1991. I have been the Tenkaichi of Gaming, PI7, and thanks for watching.